Wow.
No, January 11 or September 9.
We go September 9.
And
we text 11 later. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bloating Show. Today is the rise and fall of CIC Dr. Samuel Kayendo. Unfortunately, he was gruesomely murdered on September 9, 1990 by forces under the commandership of Honorable Senator Prince Watt Johnson. Okay, gruesomely murdered on that day.
No welcome code.
September 9. So, Pop is going to run us through. You know, we are all students to the Pops. I'm a history buff. I love to know what happened in our country. You know, and I think that this is what set the Bloating Show apart from many other programs. So, fasten your seatbelt. If you want to support this show, you will send your SMS to *799*2 #. You could win also.
Wait. But I'm telling you slow.
*799*2 #. Okay.
*799*21.
Yeah.
But you.
No, probably. So you got a few more. I think we got eight or nine more SMS to go. So they gave away the first 6,000. Okay. So Pops, fire away.
You know, I'm in the bluffing. But I have a question. Don't just fire and wait. But what you want to know?
Unfortunately, our playback always come on Monday. Monday was a very special day in the history of Liberia.
Yes.
Monday, September 9th, 1990, was a day that a former president of the Republic of Liberia, Dr. Samuel Kayendo, was so-called captured and murdered. So Pop is going to tell us we're not going to the rise, but just the incident that led up to that day.
The incident led up to September 9,
Yes.
You ready?
Yes. Fire away.
So, there was a rebel invasion. There was an invasion of Liberia by the National Patriotic Front of Liberia, the NPFL, on the 24th of December 1989. This invasion came in two folds. There was a section or a segment of Liberians who welcomed the war, the invasion, and there was another group of Liberians who did not welcome the invasion.
In proportion, the team more were for the invasion.
More were for, because there have been a lot of grudges and animosity building up against the regime, against the establishment, against the regime of Samuel Doe from 1980 to 1989 December, because there have been a lot of claims and counterclaims of human rights abuses, summary executions, human rights violations, and all the things. The abrupt stoppage of free and fair political practice, democratic practice in the bureau, the abrupt dismissal of freedom of the press, and all the things. So the Doe regime was being looked at as a dictatorial and draconian or establishment. So by 1989 December, there have been over 20 attempts Yes, to eliminate.
Before
Prior to the war, prior to the Charles Taylor invasion, prior to the 1989 Christmas Eve invasion, there have been over 20 attempts.
What
Announced and unannounced.
What are some of the notables ones?
The notables, one of the most major notable was the November 12th invasion, led by the late Major General Thomas G. Kwiwonkpa. One of them.
Those signals.
Those were signals. One of them was the 1984 Smythe Road scrimmage that involved the late Special Forces Colonel Edmund Glenn Johnson.
Smythe Road scrimmage.
Smythe Road scrimmage.
We've been going fire.
Government laws about 30 some more soldiers in Smythe Road or U.S. Marine or was shot and killed. Another U.S. Marine lost his eye, which was called the Smythe Road scrimmage of 1984, involving the late Special Force Elmer Glenn Johnson. Then you had the April 5th, 1985, aborted coup of Colonel Moses MMD Flanzamiton. You understand? So, a former commander of the Executive Mansion Guard Battalion.
Those were the signals.
And in every one of the activities, the occurrences that I talk about, a lot of people died. Level 1985, the Kwiwonkpa invasion, Kwiwonkpa lost his life. Kwiwonkpa died. There were so many other people that died, including the late Colonel Anthony McQueen, who was one of Kwiwonkpa's men that came with him. You had the laws of Colonel Joseph Bia, who should have been Kwiwonkpa's commanding general. You had the laws of Joseph Kessley, who was appointed by Kwiwonkpa to be the commander of the 6th Battalion in Grand Jida County at the time. Joseph Kessley, who happened to be the brother of B.N. Kessley. Edward B.N. Kessley. So when we are speaking about everybody was touched. Every family was touched in Liberia. Every family. Lovagnon. And his brother was supposed to, Joseph Kessley, his younger brother was supposed to be, appointed by Kwiwonkpa to be the 6th Battalion commander in Grand Jide. And the poor young man was killed because Kwiwonkpa's Ingrid say Kwiwonkpa's Kundinta failed. So a lot of families were either separated by displacement or death. So Samuel Doe continued to rule. And in 1989, on the 24th of December, 178 Special Forces commandos crossed over from Cote d'Ivoire on the Cavallo River into the small border town of Butuo in Nimba County. A town that was only manned by 16 military armed officers. This is we're speaking. I'm giving you statistics. And that was start with G. Statistics.
Yes.
You and Mary, if you try to overspend money, me I will get well.
Sorry, Grandpa.
I want to know.
Sorry, Grandpa. We're learning.
These troops, these 16 guys, and was this 16 man children, those were joint security. So that means immigration, police, army, fire service, all the people. There were 16 men.
Major border crossing.
Butuo was not a major border crossing. That's why the MPFA used it. The major border crossing was Lugwatuo. Lugwatuo. It's a Geo word. But they used Butuo because Butuo was closer to where they came from, the rebels.
So
from Cote d'Ivoire,
is
near a place called Kiani.
Is Buto on the road from? I mean, you can take road from Gray and go to Buto.
Yeah.
From Gray, you pass through to Western.
You pass through to Western, go to Cambridge.
Yeah,
you go to Buto.
Yeah, okay. From Buto to Dimpley, not too far.
From Buto to Dimpley, not far.
Cafe Glay, not far.
Cafe Glay. Yeah. So the MPFL sat the two Buto because they knew that if we take Buto and we overpower the unit in Buto, before reinforcement come to Buto, we would have been able to regroup and establish. And even if there's a delay in bringing in basic load, aka arms and ammunition from Cote d'Ivoire, we will settle before the reinforcement reach. You understand? And besides that, Buto had a lower grade of what you call SSB, communication based radio. Lower level. So that means Buto don't be on the land too much. Yeah. Buto don't be on land. But now how you get internet now? Right. Those days were on land signal here with SSB. You understand? Either in Siemens or in Motorola or in Vertex. These were the three brands were using those days. Siemens, Motorola, or Vertex. Yes. In SSB base radio. But the secret in the base radio, if Melvin Appleton called you nowhere, Blue will hear it, Henry will hear it, John Brown will hear it, the communication will go, everybody will hear it, and location will be given through on the dashboard numerically. I hope you getting what I think. The number will show, and the number and degree in geographical terms will show, and you will know where that area is, longitude and latitude and degree, and you know who calling from. You know where the call coming from. Like cell phone now.
Yeah, you can add
when location is staying on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works. Okay.
But like you know, we're speaking. I can't spell my name, but I know about some small thing. Yeah. So, MPFL crossover, led by a man called Prince Yeduo Johnson, attacking a 16-man unit. 178
men attacking
National Patriotic Front Special Forces crossover against a 16-man fully armed joint security crew. But these 178 special forces, 95% of them were unarmed. Okay. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Do I remember correctly?
Yeah. So in essence, logistically, they were not as compared to the 16 men.
Your clap for my grandson, and before I continue, logistically, they were not. They could not be compared to the 16 men. Logistically, 178 men, you ain't get shit for yourself. You even get good belt on your wave, the waves of and it'll be get M16 saw automatic rifle, M203 saw automatic rifle, look I get RPG, look I get GNG, look I get PKM, look I get GPMG.
Damn it.
Then look I got about 230 caliber mounted that bullet arrow, you get a weapon. The special forces of the National Patriotic Front entered.
So you have sophistication, they never had intelligence or something about to happen.
No.
Intelligence were not as
they never had intelligence that these guys were coming across the border. When they got crossed over because they got walk over the scene, the Cavalry River, but they got walk over the Cavalry River during the low tide.
Yeah, because that time the river can be dry.
The river be dry, but and the river get a lot of BB rock, but that you see all of the 178, 14 died crossing. Because you're crossing the tide, the Cavalry is wide, it got a lot of width. Cavalry is wide. So while crossing, the tire started to mount up, and some special forces left there. But the MPFL has some special forces that never fire a single round.
They die.
And they died.
Let me ask you one question.
Go there.
From Ivory Coast side to Nimba side through the Kabbalah River, how long a walk?
It depends on which side of the border you're using. It depends on which side. If you're coming through Koenig, it's a different distance. If you're coming through Gray, it's a different distance. If you're coming through into Butu, it's a different distance. If you're coming into Lugwatu from the river side, it's a different distance. But it's not safe to come through to come through Butu. They came through Butu. It's not very safe to come through Butu. But Butu was the only point they could use unnoticed. Are you listening to me?
Yes,
Yeah.
You understand?
Okay,
they use a risky point, grandson, but they had to use it because they wanted to be unnoticed.
Yeah.
They were not armed. That's subversive activity. They coming in. They had a few young special forces. Say Boyu young, Augustine Way young, Benjamin Yeten young, or Putu Major young.
Yeten over there.
Border Patrol young. Oh, but Yeten is one of
Yeten
from the inception. Border Patrol young, or where you got 50. And then after nobody else ran. He even won because they 10. You understand me? So the guy crossed over. Paul B. Harris, he wasn't young. He was an ex-U.S. Marine from the Korean War in Vietnam. You understand me? Edmund Johnson, military advisor, crossed the border. Or Joe Tua, crossed the border, crossed the water. Or William Genzi, somebody not special force. Or William Genzi, crossed the border. Late William Genzi, PB, Ajele, Impetuous Shan on him. Cool, then that's better for the cool, then more real, waiting for water to reach out before he came before. Where's more? Prince Kurongba cross. Tagbo to a T and Stock. Young T and Stock. T and Stock about 18, 19. T and Stock cross. No Kaja now special for Kaja Imoria rather in Katira. He and whatever boy or Anthony Fanian and the bowling. Scramble. I hope you're listening. Uncle and Lord Scramble. You're talking chill. Jion Wemo Oruga. They were here. They're Jion Wemo. But I will be sitting there too long.
Yeah.
So look at crossover. Paul B. Harris, Battle Group Commander and Artillery Specialist. Prince Johnson leading the charge. Just being relieved of the position. You're listening to me, Just being relieved of the position as Battle Group Commander because he and Taylor, the relationship was shaking. But Prince Johnson led the charge. They crossed the border. Came over. They captured Butuo. When they captured Butuo, a reinforcement intelligence hit government in Monrovia and government sent a reinforcement to Butuo. Heavy battle went on. From there, Prince Johnson again led men. They move into Tiapley. They base in Tiapley. Then they establish a training base in Tiapley. So they started recruiting, but recruiting few men, not many men. Excuse me, that's how they recruited people like Ziza Maza, Joseph D. Maza, Ziza. They started recruiting people.
I mean, two before international.
You understand me? Yeah, clean. You understand me? So fast forward story. These guys move on Nimba. They took Nimba. They took Bong. Blah 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 blah. MPF. But then Tiapley, MPF recamplay beyond Tiapley. So they are part of Tiapley. So they were into Nimba now, into Liberian, over 200 kilometers into Liberian. When Charles Taylor and Prince Johnson finally fell out, and Prince Johnson separated from Taylor, broke away from Taylor with 17 men. The breakaway came for many reasons. Prince Johnson was never a fanatic of Taylor. He was never a loyalist of Taylor, never a fan of Taylor.
He had ambition.
He had no alternative but to be with Taylor because he wanted to survive and he wanted his mission to be accomplished. We can't Liberia, and I will read Liberia and I will break away from him. You hear me today? I want you all to hear me today.
Right.
He was an opportunist, Prince Johnson. Special force, Prince Johnson. I will use the opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm not loyal to this guy, but I will use the opportunity. I will enter Liberia with him.
Taking advantage of the time.
I will take advantage. Take advantage of the moment.
Yeah.
I will enter Liberia with him. I will make sure that I'm on the path of success. Then I will lead him. Tiaple was not specific date. Why you talking about? But Tiaple became the option. That he had a chance. Yes. Because by then, he wanted to use a guy by the name of Moses Dopu, Colonel Moses Dopu, former director of police, Republic of Liberia, Colonel Moses Dopu, who had come from Nigeria and joined the MPF. He was in exile also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he wasn't on ground yet?
No. He was not on ground. Moses Duopu was in exile. Moses Duopu did not have the financial capability to live in Europe or Quibrate, America. So decided to come to Nigeria, live in Nigeria. And when Moses Duopu found out that he met his brothers in arms had crossed over into Liberia, Moses Duopu decided to come to Liberia. And then the MPFL had a little split because Prince Johnson was very influential over certain men in the MPFL, and they decided to get rid of Taylor. Taylor discovered what was going on because some people of the very ethnicity of Prince Johnson had told Charles Taylor, one like Dopo Menkazon, one like John Tier, they had told Taylor what was going on, and so Taylor decided, okay, I will get rid of the goddamn Moses Dopo. So Taylor got rid of Moses Dopo.
Apparently, no had a trust.
But I got trouble. Moses Dopo tried to execute Taylor whilst they were in Campley.
In Campley?
Yes.
Attempted.
Because the men are part of our ethnicity.
Yes.
Money.
But thank God they were moving now. The main member MPFL, the battlefront member MPFL that was sent, the late Doki. The commander of MPFL was Samuel C. Doki, the late. But I will get to that later because we're talking about Doe now. And I want to get to Doe. I want to get to September 9. But I'm just laying what you call English. You're the Bobo called primacy.
Yeah.
Whichever to hell with your two or your. Let me tell you, you play with me.
No, like
I will cancel the show.
Grandpa.
Prince Johnson broke away with 17 men. And a principal deputy, because you know what happened? Let me tell you something. There were three operation men in MPFL. 3 real operation men. Was it operation men? Operation leaders. That were Prince Johnson. That was the late Samuel Vanny. Sabila. And the late Elmer Johnson. Operation men.
Tell the women
go make things happen. So Prince Johnson say, okay, but I can convince Sabila. Samuel Vanny, I can convince him. I can convince Sabila to break away. I can convince Sabila to break away. Yeah, Henry
Yeah.
You're my yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
welcome.
So Sabila choose to go with Prince Johnson. But then Paul B. Harris. Yeah, Paul Bioga.
3 minutes on 9 o'clock.
But I know
Yeah,
that
we'll go. Yeah, we'll go 10 o'clock.
Paul B. Harris. He was not happy. He was not Paul Bioga Harris not happy. Paul B. Harris. Oh, what are you doing and all the thing? I'm not here for the shit. Because Paul B. Harris, American soldier man.
Oh.
Paul B. Harris, are you a military? Legal military, war hero, Korean War, Vietnam. Then former
Sniper.
Fire gun, the other is something. Eat gun. Paul B. Harris say, oh, but why your own? But guess what? The MPFL display had already happened. And all that thing going on, they planning to attack Sunny Kweli. Unfortunate. Paul B. Harris died.
Oh, so early.
In Dule. At the back of the mountain. At the back of Manimba. Dule Anima.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, at the back of Manimba. Yeah, going away to Sunny Kweli. Dule.
Can you take a role from there to pass through a ball lay or ball play to go?
Dule, you come from Dule, you come straight from Dule, you come into Sekimpa.
Okay.
So you come into the main road. You understand me? You come into the main road. Yeah. But you know Nima.
Yeah.
You come into the main road. You come into the main road now. You go on Sekimpa road. You go Yikipa or go Ganta. Yeah. Or go Sunny
Kweli. Cross the track.
Yeah, Gresham. Demographically.
Yeah.
The MPFL had a problem now. Taylor could not tell the world that there was a problem, but there was a problem. Fast forward story, Prince Johnson broke away. Prince Johnson reached Monrovia before the MPFL. Prince Johnson reached suburban Monrovia. With a car where and all the thing before Taylor. Taylor got stuck up right in Cinco.
Cinco?
Yes. Cinco. Taylor reached as far as what you call Stemanamis. The school right Stella Maris.
Stella Maris.
Stella Maris. Don't bother that. Right over. You understand me? And there was a ceasefire in early August. The MPFL reached right to Stella Maris.
Yes, Stella Maris.
In early August.
First Street.
MPFL cross First Street. MPFL reached to Simpatre. Old Simpatre. Capitol Hill. When there had to be a ceasefire, when they had war boss, all got keep in the mansion. Goalkeeper Momo, former Gluza goalkeeper Momo Blamo, then all government forces. And there was a ceasefire. And a special force called Augustine Way. You know, but I always tell you about Augustine Way. I respect Augustine Way because Augustine Way was a soldier. Augustine Way facing war boss. Augustine Way then was ready to foreign affair. When they signed unilateral, I remember the word unilateral ceasefire. Want to tell the first mistake. Do time till over 72 hours. Till men realize they say it goes way then. They realize that the men of the man can be coming. Oh, gentlemen, and you're ready, you and unilateral ceasefire. Damn it, unilateral ceasefire break one Thursday evening.
And you know, just telling you now.
A being called Artemus Bidel. He was shot and killed. And now that our ceasefire was broken, he had a name. Somebody maybe will call from either Canada, Ghana, or America because our family, Artemus Bidel. Fast forward again.
How was he say around August now?
August.
Come again in September.
Early August, I said. By the 24th of August, Flag Day, the Economic Community Monitoring Group.
ECOMOG.
When you hear about ECOMOG, what the ECOMOG, that's what it means. ECOMOG. Economic Community Monitoring Group, the military wing of ECOWAS, the military wing of the Economic Community of West African States, which was ECOMOG, consisting of 7 countries led by Nigeria, were guided into Monrovia forcibly by the Independent National Patriotic Front led by Prince Johnson. And he guided them into the free port of Monrovia, which was a controlled territory. August 24th, 1990. Grandson?
I hear you. Tell.
Between August 24th to early September, maybe September 1st, September 2nd, Prince Johnson had established a friendship with the ECOMOG Force Commander, Major General Arnold Quenu, or called AKA the Bull, B-U-L-L, Bull. You know, like the Bull, Chicago Bull, yeah, the Bull, Arnold Quenu, and his deputy from the Gambia, Captain Coco. So imagine a chain of command how we're looking.
Yeah.
The commander is a major general, the deputy is a captain, about 5 levels lower than the commander, Captain Coco from Gambia.
The Gambia.
From the Gambia. At the time, the president of Gambia was Sir Dawada Jawara. This is what you know was speaking. I'm talking now early September, but the September 1st or September 2nd. That's what you know we're talking to. You're listening to. Trouble come you. Samuel Doe, president of Liberia, decided to tell his spokesman, because there were 2 spokesmen for the Liberian government. One was the constitution mandate spokesman, Minister of Information Emmanuel Zebuyo, who was in Sierra Leone negotiating and brokering the Sierra Leone peace talks on Liberia, and Samuel Doe's private spokesman by the name of Sally Thompson. I say Selifu. They say Ellen Johnson Selifu. I say Sally Thompson, a tall, dark-skinned young man at the time.
Still living?
Living like a bitch. Living. Quickly. Though have been held up in the executive mansion since July. On the 7th of September, there was a serious battle going on between the IMPFF, because the IMPFF now into a mama point all. So Monrovia was divided. Yeah, Monrovia was divided. Some places
Monrovia speed.
The Monrovia speed. IMPFF was to some places in central Monrovia. AFL was to some places in central Monrovia. You understand me? IMPFL and AFL. And now remember what I was saying. MPFL never reached central Monrovia. IMPFL and IMPFL and AFL had divided Monrovia, Mama Point, Central Monrovia, Waterside, all the thing. Yes.
Rebel group coming near
yes.
the embassy of Quipley.
Yes. And there was a battle on UN Drive on the 7th, on the 5th of September. All of a sudden the battle stopped. And a man emerged from a Toyota 4Runner camouflage. The spray camouflage. And that man was Prince Johnson. Or self-imposed. I hope you listening to my English.
I get it.
Self-imposed Major General. And he said, I'm going to the barracks now to meet with the AFL High Command. President, you hear that again?
What?
All all of a sudden, you're not gonna race. You're a gamble. You're a suicide. You're a suicide. He said, I'm going to meet my enemy. And I'm fighting people no more. The mayor want a tailor.
Oh, you want tailor instead of do?
He don't want to do again. Yeah, tailor he won't. And Prince Johnson walk on UN Drive, Rebel Bita store there on UN Drive, and walk straight into the military barrack, the Bagley Training Center. At that time, the chief of staff of the armed forces of the builder was the late Lieutenant General. The acting chief of staff was the late Lieutenant General Alfred Menyi.
Yo.
Cranio. Deputy Chief of Staff? No, Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General John Hezekiah Boy. Deputy Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Alfred Menyi. Henry Duba finished running away.
Running for
11. Henry Duba park all for 11. Henry Duba, amen, General Gibby. Prince Johnson enter that barrel. All of God gave one. In the barrel, you have men like Colonel Thomas Dewey. I hope some people listening to the show because the show.
People listening.
Thomas Dewey. Thomas Dewey. Colonel Dewey were in the barracks. General Menye were in the barracks. General Kama, Philip Kama, Gaddafi was in the barracks. General Joshua Jolly was in the barracks. At the executive mansion was Brigadier General David Quia Nimlin.
So all that time, Joe was in the room that Prince Johnson had walked into the barracks?
No, Joe was at the executive mansion.
That's it, but no intelligence.
No intelligence told when Prince Johnson went into the barrack on the 5th of September. The president was called via radio, SSB. And the president got into a Mercedes-Benz limousine and drove to the barracks and met with Prince Johnson. In the barracks also was made the late Major General Boyman Barkley, peace be to Archie, Minister of Defense, Republic of Liberia. Grandson,
Boyman Barkley.
my brain getting sharper now.
Yeah.
Fair now. I'm
Very exploder.
Boyman Barkley was there. Alfred Menyi was there. Philip Kama was there. Joshua Jolly was there. The only two men were not there was Colonel Harrison T. Penu. Colonel Harrison T. Penu, Deputy Commanding General, Armed Forces of the Bureau, and the two are not there. And Colonel Marcus Yombo Tele, commander of the Dev Squad. They call them Special Squad. They were not there.
Was it a coincidence that they were not there?
Yeah, it was a coincidence. They were not there. Today were on the airfield. Today made sure that nobody run away to fly other than he will kill you. Harrison Pennon was killing people small. Or in the corner.
Yeah, yes. Oh, no investigation.
Harrison Pennon was responsible for making people to lost.
Yeah. As they say, oh, they made a spy. No investigation.
It's making human beings invisible. Making people to lost. Prince Johnson entered the barrack, Joe came, Prince Johnson met with Joe, they hug, they talk. Prince Johnson say, I brought food for you, I brought cigarette, I brought all kind of things for you.
So what would Prince Johnson exactly to do? Let Johnny get a go get it off.
Don't say why you did all the things for me. We have a common enemy.
So we should be friends.
We should be friends because our common enemy is Charles Taylor.
My friend enemy is my enemy too.
September 5th, 1990. On the 7th of September.
One day in between.
Yes. Prince Johnson returned to the barracks with more food, more cigarette, more liquor, and an open invitation for the president to come at any time to visit him where he was across the Gabriel Tucker Bridge at Cowell.
So do now had a slightest. How you
On the second visit, Harrison Peno.
I'm not calling you. Yeah, say Harrison Peno.
Harrison Peno to do. Colonel Peno.
The man.
He's able to make That's the man. Yombu Tele, the death squad commander. He's able to make the man was yelling, oh, let me go, let me go again. Those secretly gave an order that Peno, Yombu Tele, though gave the order to Colonel Alfred Z-E-H, Alfred Z-E-H, Alfred Z, to disarm Peno and Yombu Tele. He's a little stupid. The man can't remember your outside. Yeah, remember food over. So between September 7 to September, so September 7 was Friday. Saturday was the 8th. On the morning of the 9th, which was Sunday morning, about 9:30, the president decided that he would go across because now on the morning of the 8th, the president sent Sally Thompson, the very Sally Thompson guy talking about, to go and meet with the ECOMOG Force Commander, General Arnold Quino,
at the Freeport
of Monrovia, and tell him that he was coming. Because how Quino will be in Monrovia, St. August 24, he can see him, and he was the president. Show him power.
Yeah. Miss Garden, man.
Joe sent Sally Thompson on the 8th. Sally Thompson from right to the mansion to Freeport. Sally Thompson not come out.
Oh.
So Saturday elapsed to Sunday. Sunday morning.
No news of him.
Sunday morning, 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning. They didn't do nothing with the man there. The man didn't go settle door. Sunday morning, 9:30, 10 o'clock, door local 77 persons. All of the 77, about 45 of them were military personnel, including Colonel Romeo Williams, head of the SATO, the Special Anti-Terrorist Unit.
Yeah.
The late Colonel Romeo Williams, who about
I think I knew him.
Percy Williams' son, the father had gold medal factory. Romeo Williams was between the age of either 32 to 34. He was not more than that. Training Israel. Though carried Colonel Romeo Williams, though carried Lieutenant General Alfred Menye, though carried Major General Boyman Barkley, though carried Colonel Tommy Rings. I mean elite military people.
Yeah, elite people.
Carried Colonel Tommy Rings. Though carried Colonel Harrison T. Peno. Though carried General Brapo, David Brapo. Though carried let me see.
INPF.
No,
AFL man.
Dogary, General Bravo, Dogary, Christensen, Henry Christensen, where I got leper now today. General Leper, who survived. Dogary from the SLS, he carry a guy got paid daily.
General Leper, what can be fighting about? I think your colleagues can be making noise about former disbanded soldiers.
Leper that overdo that, eh?
Yeah, I think I him there.
Dogary, a guy called P. David from the SSS at the time because SSS, he was the goalkeeper of a land for Enforcers, the president team Enforcers. to carry a guy who is living today or living witness, Emmanuel Dawson. He was a football player also at the time in SSS personnel or at the executive mansion. Carry Emmanuel Dawson. He carried the Controller General of Ministry of Finance, Samuel B. Todi.
Can you Controller General to the
He carried a man called Paul Allen Way. You know CC Way from CDC?
Yeah.
From father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Coordinators.
Yeah. He carried Tommy Rings from the Ministry of Information, Culture, Affairs and Tourism, but he was a soldier. He carried Tommy Rings.
77 men.
But it was 77 men in all. The president entered the free port of Monrovia at exactly 10 a.m. on the morning of September 9, 1990, on a rainy morning. At the free port of Monrovia, the president meeting. Well, there was a meeting that will be held between the president and General Anna Kwenu.
Anna Kwenu comes to Liberia, refused, or maybe they didn't meet the president.
Anna
And
Kwenu.
then
Then
you
the
as the president
president.
said, I'm coming to you.
Anna
and then
Kwenu,
he sat there.
the president
and said,
goes to Kwenu.
Go and meet him.
Why you want to Kwenu?
Why didn't he inform his decision?
The president was manipulated in many ways, especially by the guy that was Sally Thompson. Where I expected the president to turn around, grandson, was in what it been named Clavertown.
Clavertown around Pigeon Garage right there.
When somebody launched, when the sound of an RPG rocket was launched, the RPG rocket was launched. And the president was in a convertible and the crowd started booing. And right there, coming opposite him was a convoy of the United States Ambassador William Twaddell.
Almost similar thing like the World War III.
General John Blaney Pareza.
Yeah, we're part free boat.
We don't try
road, Grandpa.
We don't try to Pareza do it, Papa do.
Yeah, on the road.
For do the thing and do continue going. Doe went into the put. Doe went into the ambush. Imagine on that. No, he went in fully armed. Oh, but grandson. Doe went in fully armed. Doe went in fully armed. The president got to the put. The president went into a meeting with
Elizabeth Blunt.
The president met Elizabeth Blunt and asked her, "What you doing here? I thought I deported you." Elizabeth Blunt said, "She only did that when you asked all those stupid questions." She said, "Hello, Mr. President." And he went upstairs. And General Kwenu told the president that he had to be please excused because he had to go talk something with Captain Coco.
While the
general going downstairs, Captain Coco walked to the Liberian Armed Forces, the president's security detail, and asked who was the commander. And the commander of the detail was Lieutenant General Alfred Menye, a Fort Benny trained soldier. Fort Benny. Not many Liberians want Fort Benny. Fort Benny, you talk about Fort Benny, you talk about the most recent is Daniel Zianka. Not many Liberians want Fort Benny. You can go to different military school in Quebec, but you know Fort Benny that a big school. You go to Fort Benny, you show your man. The president went in. Kwenu came down, asked for excuse, came down, said you're going to talk to Coco. Coco came, Kwenu Yaki and Papa Coco, because they already knew the mission.
Yeah.
Coco came, asked the guy who was the commander, he said, Abraham, yeah, he said, you have to disarm until you leave the port. When you're ready to leave the port, we'll get your weapon. Prince Johnson right outside from Boma Pierre. From Pofiwe.
Mm-hmm.
You know the geography.
Yeah. Well, if you rather saw me there, cross go.
Prince Johnson entered the port, but then all the guys were disarmed, and that's how they attacked the guy and killed those men cold-bloodedly. Cold-bloodedly. You hear me, my son? Cold-bloodedly. Not thinking already. The president was shot 3 times, 2 in one leg, 1 in one leg, and president was captured and taken to Cowell.
On the
the 9th of September, on Sunday morning by 11:30.
Quick
Free
operation.
the whole Samuel Doe operation, the capture of Samuel Doe lasted
1 hour, 30 minutes.
no, it's 1 hour long. The whole 1 hour long, man. To capture Doe, Prince Johnson and Fosse took about 20 minutes to take the president. The president, remember now, the president was a toothless bulldog. The president men did not have one gun with him, and in the cyber bar, he did not know that. The president did not know that his men were already being disarmed.
Oh,
No. No, he was us there. He was us there.
Look, I don't care what kind of peace you not letting my one walk to no era. I would
going into enemy's zone.
Listen, his men were armed until he was taken upstairs. That's why I'm making you understand. His men were armed until he went upstairs. The president sat down. All the men who were to be with him were with him. What is his name? Nathan Nelson, who managed to escape. Yeah. Alfred Menye. Harrison Penu, the first to die. Because Penu was the only man who said, no, how the hell can we disarm to foreign forces? We don't even know y'all.
We don't even know you.
And we're fighting a warring faction, the faction around. Penu, who they say was crazy. Yeah, they say Penu have brain problem because he killed Tobo, he disemboweled Tobo. Different story, different day. I will explain what he did and all the thing. And he opened a butcher shop and all the thing. I'm looking at it and watching it.
So it went towards murder.
Doe was not murdered there. Doe was fired 3 times in his 2 legs and taken in a Toyota Hilux pickup to Taylor Major compound in Cowell.
Present day between District 15 and District 11.
Thank you. President gets to bring the president to Cowell. Prince Johnson have a 40-foot container of Budweiser beer. Merry making, jolly good time. He get chicken. Prince Johnson put the capture of the president of the Republic of Liberia on film, on tape. The rest, my children, is history. Junior, the rest is history.
How old is hell about that, man? You heard it right here, man, Pops.
Tango calling sunshine over.
That's a whole day. Look, let me give our audience opportunity to call in. Okay, Pop, let's get a few callers. We're almost out of here. 086 107 107 0770
Tango calling sunshine over.
September 9, 1990.
I will answer.
Let me get here. Hello.
Bro.
Hi, sir. Anybody call from?
Yeah, man. I'm E. William. I call from Lower Makiri County.
Hey, damn.
Yeah, Bob, how are you?
Hello.
Thank God, man.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, man. Bob, you said something regarding Prince Johnson
Yeah.
and the killing of Doe.
Yeah.
Actually, Bob, you think it wasn't a foreign conspiracy? Doe would just circle like that?
No, Dan, it wasn't a foreign conspiracy. Let me tell you something. To be honest with you, Doe moved into the port area to meet with Quenu because they thought it was going to be, there could have been a solution to the problem.
But that alone is a foreign conspiracy to me.
No, they thought that going in to meet with Quenu, that would have been a solution. It would have been a cushion situation.
I think you're more like looking for a solution to the problem.
They were looking for solution
as quick as possible.
Quick impact solution.
Let's get it one. Hello.
Power speed now, man.
DJ Blue.
Hi, sorry. Then where do you call from?
Hey, he didn't want to leave it.
Well, please, for the sake of piracy, I would like to save money. I won't give information to the public. It's very relevant for this show.
Yeah, go there.
Listen, DJ Blue, I love the publicity, but there's one history about that capture at the Freeport I want to disclose tonight. Maybe after the show, I will call you, Blue.
Okay.
So, Blue was fired 3 times. One in his shoulder, 2 in his legs. The one that hit him in the leg was after you already captured.
Okay.
And fire him. Sabela.
Oh, that summer funny firing?
Someone firing.
So there was a
Spirit Johnson himself was disarmed. The person that captured you was Sabela.
okay.
Different story, different day. Papa, we need to talk.
Okay, but my son, please wait for me. You know,
I know that who.
But lady, you know what I want to tell the person? I noticed from the film there was blood on it. There was a lot of blood coming from the shoulder. So I agree with you. It could be very possible.
Let me tell you how it happened. When Prince Johnson entered the compound, he was disarmed.
Yeah, I remember that.
But he went up, and Sabela gave the order to attack, and took him to the window.
Okay.
What was going on? And he was shot in the arm.
The bodyguard ain't allowing to go to stand on the window.
Yes. No bodyguard in the office. They have been disarming all the men. I tell you.
Then don't go stand on the beast sliding window. You go stand on there.
The person that went up to arrest Samuel Doe.
Yeah.
One Captain Augustine Coliba. Special aid came to Sabela.
Where is he now?
He's dead.
Then all the actors down.
When they brought him down, that's how Sabela took his own pistol and fired his own leg.
Oh, that's amazing. He ain't disappeared.
And Imi Peno was killed by Sabela.
Then Prince Johnson can say he killed Sabela. I mean, Prince Johnson can say he killed Penu.
No, not Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson, they were in your arm. Prince was disarmed. He fled, he was chicken. Sabela took what the show.
So Sabela was a hero. Sabela was a hero on the 9.
DJ Blue, I got plenty of story.
Thank you so much. Then don't be keeping a damn story.
I will report that all boy.
But I don't know who's that. I don't give a
Hello.
But the person smart.
Hello.
Hello?
Somebody not talk good thing. Don't go hello.
Yes, sir. Where you come from?
Go do.
I'm Lasana Kane calling from just 15.
Lazo, what is it?
Yeah, Papi Lasana, I want to come on. After President Duru was captured, and then when General Connor returned, what happened to him? What did ECWA did?
ECWA didn't do nothing to Quenu. They replaced Quenu with Jajo Dogonyaro. They didn't do nothing to Quenu.
Oh, okay. Because later someone said that the Ghanaian government put him in jail and left them.
No, that's not true. They never did nothing. Quenu became a big author. He wrote a book and all.
Hello.
They do nothing to Quenu.
Hi, sorry. Did we come from?
Hello.
Yeah, DJ Blue, how you doing?
Not bad, you.
Yeah, DJ Blue, something I hear Mine.
That low level picking. What we bring Johnson, but that general. He was there. He was carrying. That wicked man.
That wicked begin.
Yeah, but something weird about me. Then how Prince Johnson the others say, oh, Amine. Call him, yeah.
No, you were not that called do yo. You were not that called do yeah.
But other Prince Johnson gave that day.
No, but it was not Amine. Amine was not the one that called do yeah. Amine became popular when he looted Eurobank. You know, you heard about Eurobank? I don't like the kind of thing. You call me, your credit must be plenty, and you talk to me about all the things. Junior?
Yeah.
And what happened again? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is California. I'm calling from Panama. My popular name is Toothbrush.
Toothbrush?
Yeah.
My name is Shoebrush. Where is it?
Yeah, I love Pop. I really enjoy to them. Yeah, let me give a shout to the honorable DJ Benson Benabu. Yeah, I come here. I enjoy the history. I enjoy the history. I give me. I really enjoying it. You know, I kind of history now. Let to be listening to now all the time politics. Actually, I really appreciate it. I wish I can see one of them at least, so I can go to them vote for you.
One day we'll see you, Papa.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Let me see. Take this one. Hello. All right. Yes, sir. Where your name? Are you calling from, Chief? Paul, let's go. Okay.
John Yomi.
All right.
Thank you, Papa. Thank you, yeah.
Wow, John.
Pray God, let Blue get money.
John Yomi, what?
Hello. John Yomi, yeah. Former police director, John Yomi.
Hello.